Thank you very much, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Congress provided more than $5.8 billion in appropriated funding for the border wall, and during the last administration, many miles of new and replacement barriers were built. The chief of the Border Patrol recently told us, this subcommittee, that walls work. However, this president not only refuses to build additional barriers, but his administration, and specifically your department, is taking every possible action not to expend the funds Congress explicitly provided for wall construction. There is rusting walls sitting in the dirt in the El Paso sector that taxpayers have paid for, that you refuse to put up, and there's no rational reason for that. So I ask you, do you agree with Chief Ortez that walls work, and do you believe that additional barriers are necessary to secure the border? If not, and if so, why aren't you building more?
Mr. Chairman, I have approved, I believe it is approximately 129 wall projects to close gaps in the existing wall, to technologize, to bring technology to the gates to complete those projects. What we are seeking to invest in is our personnel, our greatest resource, as well as technology that is an extraordinary force multiplier to help secure the border. We believe that technology and really harnessing the advances of innovation is the most effective way to secure the border and add to the tremendous resource and talent that our personnel deliver.
Thank you. How much money did it cost the department to cancel the contracts midstream when taking into account the additional work that needs to be done, such as stabilizing roads, drainage, and other mitigation efforts?
Mr. Chairman, if there was a cost in the cancellation of contracts, I certainly would be pleased to provide that to you. I don't have that number at my fingertips.
Thank you. 15 business days after today, I'd love to have that.
Most certainly, Mr. Chairman.
While the disaster at our borders is top of mind for many of us here today, we cannot lose sight of the budget request as a whole is over $60 billion across the department. I'm very concerned with the request of funds being for border management and not for border security. I look forward to having my colleagues dive into this some more. What I'm disappointed in seeing this budget request is a lack of prioritization for another frontline workforce, those working the front line at TSA, including the Transportation Security Office. Far too long, TSO's pay lagged behind similarly situated counterparts across the government. Before someone makes the argument that this is why TSA needs to be moved under Title V, nothing has stopped the department from prioritizing these workers to get them a pay raise now. Instead, what's been submitted is a budget request to fund an increase for the entire TSA workforce, including those at headquarters. I'd like to see pay increases just for the front line as well as increases in tech investment. Deploying more advanced technology to airports will greatly enhance security. Giving high-paid headquarters execs a raise will not. Sometimes I think we forget the federal government does not have unlimited resources, and we need to be precise and thoughtful on where we spend these limited funds. I tend to think investing in the frontline workers is money well spent. Secretary Mayorkas, could you explain why this request does not prioritize funding pay raises for only the frontline workforce at TSA who most desperately need it?
Mr. Chairman, I very much appreciate your question. First and foremost, we are prioritizing the much-needed and long overdue pay increases for our transportation security officers at the airports all over the country. They are our front lines, and I'm incredibly proud to support them. We also do believe that pay increases for other personnel are warranted. We are, to address a concern that you articulated, we are, in fact, in this fiscal year 2024 budget, investing in our technology and other innovations. We are harnessing those innovations, including exploring how we can use artificial intelligence to be a force multiplier for our brave and heroic personnel. So we are indeed addressing the prioritization that you communicate. We are indeed investing in technology, as you indicate is necessary. We also are providing for pay increases for other personnel who so richly deserve it. They are indeed in headquarters, but we cannot achieve we cannot support the achievements of one without recognizing and rewarding the contributions of all. This is a team effort, and all 260,000 people of the Department of Homeland Security contribute to the Homeland Security mission.
I want to hit on one other priority, and that's CISA. Over the past 3 years, CISA's budget has been doubled, They've gained several new authorities, and I look forward to seeing how CISA incorporates industry feedback in finalizing the rulemaking for CISA. It was great to have Director Easterly here just yesterday to testify, but Secretary Mayorkas, as the cabinet-level official overseeing CISA, could you explain where the significant resources CISA has been given is going, and how your opinion is CISA is making good use of taxpayer funds?
Mr. Chairman, the threat of cybersecurity is not diminishing. We are seeing cyber criminals only enhance their efforts, predominantly in the world of ransomware, but also in other cyber attacks against our critical infrastructure. Schools, hospitals, local law enforcement offices, so much more. We also see adverse nation states, the People's Republic of China, North Korea, Iran, Russia, engage in cyber attacks against our country. CISA is on the front line, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. Its incredibly talented and dedicated personnel work every day to enhance the cybersecurity of our country and to ensure the cybersecurity of our critical infrastructure, the majority of which rests in the hands of the private sector. We are investing in people. We are investing in technology. We are investing in grant funds to ensure that communities enhance their respective cybersecurity. There are many target-rich and resource-poor elements of this country that have to enhance their cybersecurity. We are doing so much in that regard.
Thank you. I've exceeded my time limit. I now recognize my distinguished ranking member, Mr. Cuellar, for any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Joyce. Mr. Chairman, let me concentrate on fentanyl.